Welcome back to the main event. My name's Adie Sykes.
And I'm Brodie Harris.
This week's episode number 2 featuring Mr. Gunter.
How's it going?
It's going good. Thank you for coming here.
Yeah, I appreciate the offer to join.
So we talked to you beforehand about whether you like coaching girls basketball or football better. So tell me about that.
I like them both evenly. I don't really have a favorite. It's obviously two different sports, and I coach girls basketball, so I'm with the girls more than in girls basketball and football more with the boys. Obviously, not saying if you're a girl you can't play football. We come out if you want to next year. Yeah, so I really don't have a favorite.
Well, I think girls basketball would be your favorite if you were there more.
Yeah. If I was there more, yeah.
Based off last year with when you were diagnosed, will you remind me what that diagnosis was?
Acute myeloid leukemia.
Finding out about that response and having your life change, how did that come about? Like, did it come naturally to change, or was it something that you had to work hard to adjust to? Will you walk me through that?
It's something you have to adjust to. I don't know if there is a natural way to adjusting to that. But when I was diagnosed, it obviously was like a whirlwind of emotions. Like, what in the world? Like, I'm 24 years old and I'm not supposed to, I'm not supposed to get cancer. Cancer is something, older people get. But no, it sucked. Obviously, cancer sucks. It's a terrible disease. And I'm a very faithful guy, so I just had to dig into my faith, and I think that's how I looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to like the football and girls basketball, I think obviously I would say football's better, but the weather. Like, how do you feel about the weather difference? Because one's inside, one's outside. It's a big change.
Yeah, so I like it. So football, you start all summer basically, and you just sweat to death. And for this year, week one in previous years, or it's usually like that 90 degree. Well, this year it was like, 78 degrees, 80 degrees, and it was nice. And then we get into these past 2 weeks where we're back to sweating again. Like, it's fall. I'm ready for it to be cold. That's football to me is played in 75-degree weather.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be cool. So I don't like the heat. Girls basketball in the gym is always heated. It feels warm, but then you walk outside and it could be snowing, could be raining, so it's always cold during basketball season. So when it comes to prefer what temperature I would like to coach in, it would be basketball, because I can now Friday nights I'm up in the booth, so I'm always warm depending on where we're at. Like last year at St. Joe, it was raining cats and dogs and windy, and I was up on top of the press box in that weather. So that sucked. But
coming back to basketball this season, after I know while you were in the hospital, you did a lot of watching huddle. How are you going to come back this year coaching again?
Yeah, so I obviously had a lot of time on my hands last year, able to watch all the game breakdown and some things I would like to come in and what we need to work on. We're once again a young team. As of now, no seniors. So if you're a senior girl and would like to play, come play. We will always have a spot for you, but we're going to be young again. So, I see this year as I saw a lot of things what we needed to work on, especially with our younger girls who are coming back. And so I like that during that time, I have this whole note sheet on my phone, and this is what we need to work on. And I have drills for it. I've talked to Coach Rogers about them. We were able to do some this summer. I was able to participate in all summer things. So, yeah, I mean, I just had a lot of time on my hand, a lot of notes, a lot of thinking. So
kind of with that preparation, going from football to basketball to girls basketball, it's pretty different because football, you only have one game, and that's on Friday. But basketball, it's like inconsistent with how the games work. So how do you like migrate to that change?
Yeah, so football, you have your opponent on Friday, so you prepare that whole week. Where in basketball, you have an opponent on a Tuesday and on a Thursday, so it's really you do prepare for a team in basketball, but you don't. You're always adjusting skills and what you can get better on, and then if we see like oh, this team, mainly plays zone. Then we'll just work our like zone plays. This play plays man, or this team plays man. But football, you kind of know. In football, there's a lot more stuff that can happen. And basketball, there can be too. But in basketball, it's more, continuity. You move all the time. In football, you get a break between plays. Like you can adjust during plays. In basketball, if you want to adjust anything, you have to wait to a timeout. And same with football. But you're constantly going unless there's a forced break. So it's a lot of just being able for basketball, teaching our girls to just adjust on the fly. Really, hey, this person last time she wants to always dribble with her right. Well, I'm going to force her to her left. Stuff like that.
I have one requested question for you.
Okay.
Which dog do you like better?
So I have 2 dogs, Ozzy and Reba. I would say Ozzy is a mama's boy. I think Reba, I like Reba more. Like I like them both equally, but if I had to choose one, it would be Reba. She's that dog we got right when I got diagnosed, so she has that that soft, she's spoiled brat. But yeah, Reba is my little baby. Yeah.
What kind of dogs are they?
So Ozzy is a Labradoodle. He's a 110-pound Labradoodle. He's the gentlest dog in the world. Barely barks. He thinks he's a lap dog. He's super nice. Reba is a miniature golden doodle. So she's about 8 pounds, and she is just nonstop on the go. So they're complete opposites.
So, you have 2 dogs. Do you have any cats? Like, are you a dog person or a cat person?
Definitely a dog person.
Definitely.
Now, I used to say, like, if a dog is under 25 pounds, it's considered a cat. But then I have a 8-pound dog. So
thank you so much, Mr. Gunter, for joining us on this week's main event.